Yeah, music is more than sound.
Hello, beautiful music lovers, creators, and everyone who lives and breathes music. Welcome. I'm really happy you're here. Right now, a lot of music is going viral that sounds emotional, soulful, and even spiritual. And many people really believe they're listening to a real artist. I mean, someone who is really going into the studio, singing into the microphone, and working in real time. I have some questions today, and maybe you all can help me understand. And what most interests me, how you, as the listener, the music lover, actually feels about it. Do you care if a song is a fully AI created, or maybe the voice is AI created, but the story in the song is real? So when the voices sound human and the songs are presented in a way that makes you feel like a real person is singing, you know, that kind of songs are out there. And at the moment, there's no clear label that says this is AI voice made, or this is a full created AI song. But before we dive deeper into this episode, let me quickly introduce myself. Hi, I'm Sunny. I work with musicians, studied music business and film production, and I live somewhere between music, film, and social media. I have recorded many artists on stage, capturing real moments, real energy, and real stories. I'm also deeply into social media, love analytics, and love building things from scratch. Watching the numbers, reading the insights, and understanding what really works behind the scenes. Kind of a mix of creative mind and analytic brain. Yes, that's me. Am I questioning the movement of AI-created things? Not at all. I'm asking because I'm missing somewhere the transparency, and at the same time I would like to understand you better. We actually are very much used to the artists we can see on stage and enjoying live performances, right? Yes, there are real artists out there who build their careers with, let's say, real music, yeah? Real growth, real fans over so many years. Do we live in this time where we actually don't care about their journeys anymore? You know, I just came across an AI-created sound the other day, already having 500k views. And the comments? Oh, so emotional. People are reacting like it's a real person. Some even said, hey, when can we see you in our country? Or, hey, I would love to meet you. And much, much more of those comments. I believe more and more we'll stop asking those questions, especially if it's understood the voice is AI created. And I'm just asking out of interest, without judging. Do you listen to any music, no matter how it's created? Or are you someone listen to music where you wish to know it's a human singing? Or maybe you are someone who is fascinated just about the technology and the movement of AI-created things. And what do you think? How does music culture works from then and today? Traditionally, music culture was centered on human presence and shared experiences, right? The song itself was only part of the story. The artist, their life, and the life moment, very, very important. People discovered music through live concerts and performances. Attending a show was actually an event, an experience, a way to feel part of something bigger. The radio and TV, the artist's personality in interviews and appearances gave context to their music. The physical albums and tapes, you know, owning music created a connection to the artist and their work. And not to forget the fan communities, meeting other fans, sharing experiences, and following the journey of artists over time created a sense of belonging. Yes, music culture depended on honesty and the bonds created through shared emotions. The artist's voice, the presence, and mistakes mattered. People didn't just consume music, they connected with the human behind it. And how does music culture works today? Today, music culture has changed, influenced by digital technology, streamings, and AI. Streaming platforms allow anyone to access millions of songs instantly, often with little context about the creator. Social media shifts focus to content, visuals, and going viral rather than, the presence. Fans connect through screens, comments, likes, and trends. AI and virtual music creation introduce songs that are emotional but not tied to a living performing artist. Global accessibility makes music universal, but it also reduces local shared experiences like concerts or fan gatherings. Branding and production often matter as much as the music itself. A song can go viral based on marketing, visuals, or single clip rather than artistic journey. The focus really has moved from the person behind the music to the music and the experience itself, often consumed individually. Fans may feel emotions. We don't doubt about that, but it's the human connection somewhere missing right now. The way we feel music hasn't disappeared. Emotion is still real, but the connection with the artist and the feeling of being part of a community really has changed. Today, a song can move millions, but the question remains, are we connecting with humans or with a simulation of them? This is the big question in the modern music culture, especially as AI becoming part of it. So how do you keep up with all the music being consumed today and all the uploads on streaming platforms? It's crazy. Hey, there's just so much, so many songs every day, every hour. Could this even be a better chance for human-created music? A chance to figure out how to stand out, especially when it comes to marketing, storytelling, and very, very important, connecting with fans. Is there still space for real artists with AI music everywhere? You just have to get out of your comfort zone. Now I'm talking to the artist. And yes, you have to come up with ideas which isn't there yet. I mentioned this many times to artists I'm talking to. Maybe even sell it directly through, your own website. Your songs, your merch, your tickets, name it. Basically, a direct connection. You need to know who loves your music. You have to be transparent about who you are and what you do, and you let them support you directly. I think a lot of people will start to understand the concept behind AI-created music. It's not magic, it's a tool, and at the end of the day, it's about choices. Who wants to hear real-life music? Who cares more about the technology behind the song? And who might not care at all how the song was made, just about how it makes them feel? It's just an open conversation, and it's the kind of discussion artists and listeners need to have right now. As far as what I get to understand and see and hear, legal consequences are coming into this as much as platforms want to see more transparency towards the AI creation, kind of labeling and informing. I talk about fairness to us, the listeners, who love to support an artist who is still fighting to be seen and recognized for the work and effort and time they put in. And I'm also thinking about kind of the award shows. How do they even adapt to AI-created songs? Do you give an award to a song with no real human behind it? Or do you only consider the humans who produced it? Because the performance, the emotion, the stage presence, all of that has always been part of how we celebrate music, including fashion designers who create outfits for the artists. And what about singing competitions and talent shows? They have always been about discovering real voices, raw talent, the journey of an artist. It might even become more present than before in the world of AI generation. What does talent mean if the song itself can be generated and maybe even performed virtually? It's about how we define music and connection in a world where technology can mimic human creativity. At the same time, I see this as a great opportunity, as I said before, to highlight real artists, to show the difference between human and live presence and AI perfections. Maybe award shows and talent platforms will have to create new categories, new standards, or new ways of judging, things that AI cannot replace. What I also believe is that people who are just being lazy and trying to use AI tools to move forward, it will not last. As soon as interviews come into the picture, how did you, as the person behind that AI-created song who never entered into a stage, be on a live interview and explain your story? The story you wrote, the story we also don't know if it's a prompt or something you've really been through. Maybe even through the graphics, we don't even know, is that the real person? Maybe you even look different. Interviews and live shows becomes a challenge for someone who's trying to use tools for their selfish reasons. The marketing part will not work in the long run because laziness and prompts, if you use them, people will sooner or later feel it. This isn't about hating AI. Again, AI is a tool. Your look, the way you speak, the way you pronounce words, the way you tell a story, the way you feel while telling the story, the truth in your voice, the deep version of you as a human. But when music becomes data instead of lived experience, and when emotion is generated instead of felt, we risk losing the soul of music. Where's your identity? And isn't identity your culture? So how do we find ways to be able to support whatever we would love to support? From AI generated to real life musicians. We shouldn't question who and what we support, but I would say how to make it visible and transparent. Personally, I love live music. I love to see the artists on stage and feel the vibes through the music, through the live performances, but also with the fans together. And for you artists out there, the ones who are still going into the studios and working hard on yourself, do not feel in a way when people rather support AI music. It's their choice. You know, what you can do, sell and build awareness. You know, sell directly to the fans. As I explained already, I mentioned the website earlier. Sell digital downloads like songs, EPs, do it directly. Offer exclusive versions like an acoustic, a live recording, demos. Sell lyrics or instrumental versions for true fans. And limited drops instead of constant uploads. This makes fans feel like supporters, not just listeners. And build real community, not just followers. I see it so many times on, let's say, TikTok, where people say, oh, follow me back, and all this kind of, no, this is not how it works. Algorithm changes, people don't. Create an email list or newsletter. Dive deeper into that if you don't know how it works yet, yeah? Share behind the scenes moments, not perfect content. Talk openly about your process, struggle, and growth. Also focus on live experiences, small versus big. You don't need festivals first. I know you dream big and have your big dreams. I'm not going against that. Keep them there. But do you know how important also those small local shows are? Or listening sessions with just few people, the backyard concerts, or live band or acoustic sessions. People who experience you live remember you longer than any viral clip. And it's very important to educate listeners about you. Not everyone understands AI versus human music yet. Tell your story. Show how your songs are made and talk about your influences and life experiences. And really be transparent about your values. You're not competing with AI on perfection. You still competing with yourself. Offer things AI cannot. This is where real artists wins. You win. Live vocals with imperfections, interaction with fans, Q&A sessions, song explanations, personalized content or messages. AI can generate songs. It cannot build that kind of relationships between you and the fans. Never forget that. And the collaboration, not just for numbers. Collaborate with other real artists. Work with local creatives, dancers, filmmakers. Don't forget the fashion designers. Perform together. Live, direct, cross-sell to each other's communities. So important. Culture grows through collaborations. And then I spoke about the merch on your website, right? Merchandise with meaning, not random merch. Limited edition items, merch tied to a song or a story. Signed products, handmade or local pieces. There's so many things you could do that merch becomes memory, not a product. And also use streaming with strategy and to connect with your people. Streaming is discovery, not ownership. Use platforms to introduce yourself. Redirect fans to your website or community. Do not upload everything everywhere. And protect your best work. Streaming is a tool, not the goal. And don't forget to be clear about what you stand for. Yes, some of the listeners like to follow up on AI-created songs, but trust me, there are listeners who choose values more than anything. Are you about live music, about culture, about honesty, about independence? Accept that not everyone is your audience, and that's fully okay. Some people only care about emotions, only care about technology, don't care how music is even made. Others care deeply about human presence. Those are your people. Find them, speak to them, build with them. Yes, it's work and consistency, but who said that any career who was built happened from one day to another? And to be honest, if you love what you do and you do what you love, people will feel it naturally. And I don't have to actually motivate anyone in this world to go for their dreams if they really love what they do. You do not need to be louder everywhere. You need to be clearer where it matters. So don't feel down. Don't feel frustrated. This moment isn't here to erase you. It's here to challenge how you move. Everything starts with your mindset, with how you plan and how you show up. Your journey matters. Your music matters. The people who connect with you, the culture you represent, and the identity you carry. There's something no algorithm and no AI can replace. Find your people. Build with intentions. Stay honest and keep going. Don't forget, have fun creating, have fun building, have fun with other creators. You know, those moments, they are yours. And that is what shapes you and helps you understand what it takes to be in the music industry. Not the fast things, the deep things on your own path. Thank you so much for being around, listening, and also share ideas with me. I really appreciate you all. And I love to end this podcast today with a beautiful sentence I got to know from a beautiful artist, Lazy Boy. Keep supporting good music. Much, much love. Sunny.
Music and everything in between with Sunny.